So what is going on, everyone? This is Fabi here, and today I'm probably bringing you the most anticipated video of the year on my channel, and this is the full in-depth iPhone 5 review. And first of all, I would like to talk about the design of this phone, and as with any single Apple product, the design is not a disappointment. It actually feels really good in the hands, or in your hands. It is really solid phone. It is super slick, super thin, and super light. Everyone that has played with this phone has told me that they were incredibly surprised by how thin and how light this phone was, and of course by the general design of this phone. And we've got a home button on the bottom of the screen, a speaker on top of the screen, and of course a 1.2 megapixel 720p FaceTime HD camera, as they like to call it, and of course the beautiful 4-inch display. On the side of the phone, we've got a two volume rockers, a silent switch. On the bottom of the phone, we've got the lightning connector, and of course the 3.5mm headphone jack, a microphone, and a speaker. On this side of the screen, we've got a nano SIM slot, which I'm not really a huge fan of, but anyways, it was Apple's decision. I'm not going to comment on it. And now I would like to go over to the specs of this phone, and this phone's got a Apple A6 designed processor, which is clocked at between 800 and 1.5 gigahertz, and this is a dual core processor, and it is clocked dynamically because let's say you're using a not so CPU hungry application, it will clock the CPU at around 800 megahertz to preserve some power and some battery life, and that is a really intelligent design. This phone has got a 1 gigabyte RAM module, which does a great job of suspending apps in the background. I can always go through all these apps, and it works really good. And there is absolutely no wait time as it was on the iPhone 3GS, so that is a really good upgrade. And of course, we've got a 3-core GPU, which I believe is the Power SGX 543, clocked at 266 megahertz, but I'm not sure on that one, so don't quote me on that one. And of course, we've got a 3.95 ounces phone. Of course, it weighs 112 grams for you European guys. It is 0.3 inches thick, or 7.6 inches or 7.6 millimeters thick for you European guys. And now I would like to talk about the performance of this phone. It has been a blast to use this phone because it is super snappy, super fast. I've been really impressed by the speed of this phone. As you can see, it's got 1636 points in Geekbench. You can compare that to your phone or your computer if you want to, but this phone is really one of the fastest phone on the market, and because Apple optimizes each and everything for their own display or for their own device, which is the iPhone 5 now, it is a pleasure to work with. Everything loads fast. You know, games pretty much play very smooth. There is no lag at all. You can see in the Maps app, everything is snappy. You can zoom in, zoom out, you know, go to hybrid or satellite mode, and it works in beautifully. I don't know why my Wi-Fi is pretty much slow right now, but the phone in general is extremely fast. And now I would like to talk about the screen a little bit, and it is a 4-inch screen now. It is very good for watching movies, for watching HD video, for playing games, and that is because it is a 16:9 aspect ratio, which is the standard for movies, and games like Tiny Wings look really great on this phone, and you feel a lot more immersed into the game when you're playing it. Actually, it is really a good experience, and I really like this phone. And it takes a little bit to get used to the aspect ratio, but after you get used to it, you will find older iPhones to be small or like children of the iPhone 5 and not really good devices. But now I would like to talk a little bit about the app selection, because while the iPhone 5 has got a bigger screen, it will be harder to have apps that are optimized for the screen, because developers have actually have to go through the process of updating their apps for the iPhone 5, and I've got some examples for you of apps which have not been developed for the iPhone 5, and that is YouTube. This is one big omission. I hope that they will update in the future, but most of the apps that you will really use on a daily basis have been updated. Like Instagram has been updated, Twitter has been updated. What else? Pretty much everything that you use in like Foursquare, Facebook, all these apps have been optimized, and there are some apps like, let's say, Machinima hasn't been optimized, or they have been optimized actually for the iPhone 5. I've been caught off guard. Evernote has been optimized, but of course you will find some missions, and make sure to check out the App Store for more details on that. But now I would like to talk about the battery, and because this phone has got a bigger screen, actually a taller screen, LTE and many more features, you might think that this phone will perform worse in terms of battery, but that actually is not the case. This has got a about 20 to actually 15 to 20% better battery life than the iPhone 4S, which is a welcome upgrade. And now I would like to talk about the call quality, which has been tremendously better on this phone than on my 3GS. This is marketed as a HD voice phone, and that is definitely true. The call quality has been really good, and the reception has been also much better. I'm now getting around 1 to 2 bars more reception than before, and 3G speeds have been blowing my mind. I don't have 4G in my area at this point in time, and I would like to test it out. I am sure it's crazy fast on 4G, but on 3G I've been able to get around 16 megabytes download. You can actually check this out right here. On my iPhone 3GS I only got like 2 to 3 megabytes downloads on what is it called, on 3G, but on this phone I actually hit even 15 megabytes right there, and that is really fast. I am really impressed by the speed of this phone, especially on 3G, which is a old technology. And now I would like to talk about the camera quality, and both cameras perform really well, especially the front-facing camera. It is a tremendously good update, as before the front-facing camera was never a huge deal. It was always pretty bad. Now it is actually quite adequate, and the back camera is really good. It has image stabilization. You can now take panoramas, pictures with it, and it is also much faster than previously. Here is the panorama mode. You can actually just press this button and then move the phone to what you want to see actually, and it will take the panorama for you in the device, so you won't need to do any sort of pause processing. It all is done into the device. And now I would like to talk about the white versus black debate, and I would go with the black model on the iPhone 5, especially because there are apps that haven't been optimized for the iPhone 5 screen. And as you can see here with, let's say, Google Translate, you can clearly see the letterboxing, and on the white model that is only even more apparent because it is white on black, and it actually looks pretty bad. But the black model actually does a pretty good job of actually hiding those letterboxes, and it only seems like you've got a smaller display screen, which is not a big deal. So it is much better to buy the black in my opinion. And now I would like to talk about why you should buy this phone, or why would you want to buy this phone. And if you're an iPhone user and you've got the iPhone 4 or the iPhone 3GS, this is a normal or natural upgrade, because the iPhone 5 is a really good phone, especially if you got older devices. This is a really good upgrade. But if you got the iPhone 4S, you might not want to look at it at this point. At least you might want to wait for the iPhone 6, as it might have some better improvements than this one, because the iPhone 4S is no slouch. It is still a fast phone. You would only want to look at the iPhone 5 if you're not proud, or if you're not really cool with the iPhone 4S design anymore, because the speed improvement is not that apparent, to be honest. And now I would like to show you guys some camera samples, some movie recordings, and some images. But before you actually click away from this video, I would appreciate a like and a favorite from you guys. I am definitely working my butt off to get these videos out, and this has been a pretty professional video in my opinion. I have been trying to make it as professional as possible, and I would appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to my channel and also leave some feedback. That is always appreciated on my channel, and make sure to stick around for some even better videos when Black Ops 2 comes around, which is in around 4 days, so that isn't all that far away. But anyways guys, make sure to do all that I've told you to do, and tell me how you actually thought this review went out, if it was pretty smooth or not. And anyways, have a nice day, guys. Peace out, guys. Peace. This is the iPhone 5 front-facing camera test. My hands are pretty shaky and I want to see how the image stabilization actually works. Let's see.